the parents know at that
That's
point.
why it's powerful.
But then that's a really deep conversation. Me being
Mm-hmm.
23 and I don't have like a girlfriend or I don't have like a significant other.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if I did, I'd be able to put it into a little bit more perspective. But as of now, that idea is completely foreign.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. What's going on? My name is Cole Connor. Welcome back to the Cole Connor podcast. This is the first podcast of 2021. Today, I have a very special guest, the boy, Sky Martin. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Good. Hanging in there.
Man, I caught up with you for a second, and it's been a minute since I've seen you, man.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. It's been years, I feel like. It definitely has been years.
Yeah.
Was it like 3 years?
Mm-hmm. When I first started interning at the jam room.
At the jam room. It's wild, man. Dude, what have you been up to, bro? I've seen you been doing some things.
Yeah, I've been working on marketing, but more so the songwriting side of things is really coming together pretty well, pretty fluently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good, man.
In what way?
Like, just I've really been focusing on kind of secluding myself, blocking out any other kind of distraction.
Yeah.
And focusing and honing my energies toward writing in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever message that comes across in this album will definitely reach the people that were meant to hear it.
Dope.
Yeah.
So what does that look like for you when you say you're like almost getting rid of the distractions, almost like secluding yourself in a way to really focus? Is that what you mean?
What's that?
All right. Can you hear me? Is it quiet?
It's kind of like the
water.
It's the water.
I was wondering because I only have the one pair of headphones. Right. I can hear me really well.
Okay. Right. No, I assume so.
Yeah.
You have the headphones.
Yeah, I have the headphones. But sorry about that. I'm going to try to talk a little louder. And
okay.
I'm going to cut me down a little more. All right. So what I'm saying is when you talk about you're focusing on writing and you are getting rid of some of the distractions, what does that look like for you? Like are you like locking yourself in your room and like really focused? Are you studying other artists? What does that look like?
So when it comes to other artists, I just see everything as mainstream for the most part. When I look everywhere I go, it's like mainstream media is always following me and trying to like infiltrate my mind. So of course, enlightenment is found through seclusion. So I'll lock myself in my room, or I'll find a place where it's quiet, like a lakefront or something like that, and come out here and just vibe, right how I feel initially. And once I can capitalize on how I feel and go within myself and fight those demons and or light that I have to bring out, then I can go, okay, this is what the beat sounds like, so I have to match the energy of the beat to my reflections and what I've felt on my inside. So when I do that, then I can really lock in and go, okay, this is what I need to put these lyrics on this beat, and then go from there. But I'll just normally start by humming like a melody.
Yeah.
And then it just takes off, and then I'll do my flow, match the flow, stuff like that.
Yeah, it seems like melody is a big part of what you do.
I love it.
And I love melody too. It adds such a cool dynamic.
Yeah, man. I'm starting to learn like C is pretty dope. Even though it's like a mainstream kind of, man. It's the melodies that really draw attention to her, and the background vocals and the harmonizing, especially the harmonizing, because you have like 3 or 4 different voices going on at the same time, and I'm like, how do they do that? I can't do that, man. I like rap into a microphone, and I'm like, I don't know.
It's difficult, man. I've studied singing a lot, and I've just practiced singing a lot, and I'm not the best harmonizer either, but I love toying with my voice, to see,
definitely,
like to see where it can go. Like recently, I've been like, MGK's most recent album. Yeah, you like it? Yeah,
love it. I love his song with Ian Dior, man.
Yeah. So like that style of like I don't even know what you call it. It feels like All American Rejects a little
It
bit.
does.
Yeah,
It
like
does.
I've been playing with that style so much, and it's just fun, man.
Yeah.
It takes me back. I don't know. How old are you? Are you
I'm 23.
23? Okay, so
Yeah.
we're not too far off.
Nah.
So like All American Rejects, that was like I was into All American Rejects, Avril Lavigne,
Green Day.
Green Day.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
Green Day.
yeah. Those are like, it's like a genre that a lot of people talk about how it kind of faded a little bit, but
Right.
did it? I don't know if it did.
I mean, I feel like it did, but at the same time, it's more modernized, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's like they put
Yeah.
a twist on it and started adding all the plugins like auto-tune and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But nonetheless, the genre is still
It's still
alive, in
there.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like MGK though is like bringing it back in like and like the Kid Leroy a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah,
man.
he's dope.
awesome.
You kind of remind me of him a little bit.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're bringing. There's something they're bringing that's coming back. I don't know. Man.
It's that energy, man. Whatever energy you put out, you get back. So
Yeah.
that's what I mean by like, if your message is perceived, it's perceived by the people who were meant to hear it.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Mhm.
And speaking a second ago, you brought up the mainstream media. How has that like influenced you? Because I mean, for me as an artist, it's impossible not to feel some type of way when you see like, maybe you feel like you're more talented than certain people, and then they make this mainstream song and it just blows up, and it's like, come
Yeah,
on,
man.
man. How does that affect you?
I don't know. There's this one lyric that says like, it's basically this guy has an epiphany. I think, have you ever heard of Futuristic?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he
killing
has
it.
an epiphany.
He was more
basically.
like a. It wasn't frat rap,
Conscious,
but it was
yeah.
like no. But before that, when he started, like Futuristic,
Mhm.
he's probably like what 26, something like that.
Yeah.
He started with more like frat. Well, it wasn't frat rap, but it was like this bouncy
Yeah.
rap. You know what I mean? Like
Really
quick,
fast
quick,
flows and
that's what
stuff
it was.
like
Okay,
that.
got it. I'm following.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways.
But he said he had like an epiphany that that he was better than the mainstream artists were. Basically, I can't remember the exact lyrics that he said, but he just had an epiphany that he was better than everybody else, but everybody else is getting more traction due to marketing
And money.
money. But it's ultimately all leads back to the currency. And if you have the currency, Mike Tyson states that if you have the currency of an entire nation at your disposal, then you can market a potato or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you could throw anything out there and market it.
Yep.
It's ridiculous in my opinion, but that's why I do me. Like, if it brings me solace to be myself and be authentic and be something that nobody could ever be, and that's me.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the most important thing. And I learned, I mean, I went through stages of, it's like you want to prove yourself.
Right.
So like, and I hate to bring race into it, but especially being white in hip hop, you want to like extra prove yourself. And
Right.
so you kind of, how do you say it? You kind of like, you rap like other people sometimes. You learn from your inspirations and
Oh, definitely.
and you do all
But
those things, but you kind of do that to get to a point where you're
Yeah.
like, now I can be me.
They
kinda.
can say like, there's no such thing as being an absolute individual.
Mhm.
You're always subconsciously impacted by what you hear.
True.
But
So
most
true.
people would consider me to be white. I'm like Mexican and German, so I'm like, but people see me and they're like, that's a white rapper.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the time.
yeah,
I get
definitely.
stereotyped as that guy. And
That's been my
it's
whole
a
life
box
as well.
that I'm trying to I can't get out of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it doesn't really matter to me. I don't concern myself with that side or
Yeah.
race, politics, none of that stuff, man. I
Mhm.
just try to really hone in on becoming the best version of myself possible.
Yeah, that's all we can do, man.
Oh, absolutely.
The only people we can control are
It's
ourselves.
getting crazy out in this world right now. And
Yeah.
I mean, all you can do is really just try to preserve your energy and transmute it and put it toward more peaceful solutions,
Mhm. Yeah, it's like even with anything going on, I'm always trying to just be positive. Like I want to be
Right.
a positive force. I want to be a motivating force.
Make change, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like it's not that I don't feel sadness or I don't feel all these things. I know the world
Right.
goes to shit half the time,
Oh, for
but
sure.
I want to be a person that emits like positive change. You know,
It's
what I mean?
all weather, man. Like
Yeah.
it's here. It might rain for a couple days, but don't let it sit on you long enough to affect who you really are.
Yeah.
You know, because you could be 90 times better. It's all just weather to me. You know, my sadness, it'll go away. My happiness, it'll go away.
Always.
But being a part of this experience in this life and this divine omnipresence and just really knowing, like, energy to me is I say vibes, I say energy all the time. It's probably so much to where people get annoyed at it, but that's the core of everything to me. That's all I know is energy and vibration and frequency and stuff like that. That's why I'm more gravitated toward music and sound. Is that's all that exists to me. And being a part of that, of this life, it's beautiful, but it can also be extremely excruciating and you know, painful. But that's the beauty in it all.
It's true. And you seem very a spiritual or
for sure.
Or
man.
You sound like someone who's worked through a lot.
I mean, it's just because I've been through a lot. I don't know, man, but it's just at the same time, when I was in Arizona, I went to the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences and majored in music production.
Okay.
So I didn't have a car. Like, how am I supposed to get to my classes if I don't have a car?
That's a struggle.
So we're in the little introduction and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't have a ride. And then this one guy sticks his hands up. He's like, oh, I can take you to your classes. It's like this EDM guy. And he's showing me his mixes every day. And I'm not a big EDM fan. I'm like, I'll listen to your mixes and I'll help you critique your mixes and stuff like that. But apart from that, me being there, I didn't have a car, like I said. So I was in the room and I was just thinking. But that's where I found out that there is boundaries. You know, like you can overthink and then you can not think enough. So
true. And how old were you in this?
23. 23.
Now, how old were you?
Right. I was 20.
You were 20 then?
20.
Okay, got it. I'm following.
Yeah.
So that made you realize there's boundaries.
Yeah. So the boundary for me was under and overthinking, and then trying to find balance between those two. So I'm vigilant and I'm watching, but at the same time I'm really calm.
Yeah.
That way I can rationally process things with a mind full of clarity, and try to make sure, like, the next steps are the steps that my future self would be thankful for.
Yeah. Well, what are some of the things that you struggle with as an artist, or really in general? Because that's one thing that I like to do with this podcast, and especially the direction I want to take it, is like helping people they're looking at us, and it's not all artists, but it could be entrepreneurs or people who are deemed successful, but we all have, like, our things that we go through,
right?
And it's about, you know, like, pushing through those. Like, what are some of those things for you?
My biggest obstacle as an artist is my heart. I care so much about other people, and
like, if they don't like your music.
No, not about opinions. It's just me having a hard life growing up, and I have had some good experiences as a child, don't get me wrong, but, like, for the most part growing up, like, not so good, and then feeling the need to be understood. There are people in this world that will understand me, so it hurts my heart to know that I can't change the entire world, but I will change whom I can. And I keep reiterating, if they are meant, if they have ears to listen, to let them hear. You know, that's it.
So it's almost like the pain, like, you don't want other people to have to go through that pain too, a little bit.
And if they have, most people that listen to it will relate. You know, I try to make the message really universal, not to sugarcoat anything that I've been through, but to put it in terms in a ways that they can understand it and apply to their own lives. Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Appreciate it.
I think, it's important. I think, like, art in general, and I know music for me has always been like the cliche therapy. I mean, it's definitely like a real thing. But to see people as I've gotten older and made different types of music, it's like when people just tell me that I inspire them. That is
that's it.
Yeah,
that's all you want.
It really is. It's the biggest compliment.
You can't get a better compliment.
No, you really can't, because that's what I need when I'm down. I need somebody to. They don't have to be there. I can look at them on my phone.
Right.
That's really all I need, and I'm like, that makes you want to get up.
It's such an uplifting experience. It's like, this is what I do this for.
Yeah.
This is why I want to do this.
Exactly. And so, like, out there, if you ever want to tell someone thank you or you're inspired by them, don't ever think they're like too big or too anything, because it doesn't, not that like I'm big or you're big or anybody. It just, even if it's Drake, let him know. He might read that. I mean,
we're all equal, man.
Yeah, we
all
all
take
equal.
our pants off the same way. Everything, man.
Exactly, man. It's wild. So, okay. So one of the first times I heard about you, I feel like it was through and correct me if I'm wrong, like a freestyle video or something that like went some sort of viral or something like that. Tell me about that experience. I've never had this happen. I've had all videos that I've had come out. It's just been like steady, a little bit here and there.
Right.
But this one, I don't know how big it was, but tell me about that experience. How was
that? It wasn't even supposed to happen. I'm like I told you earlier, like pre-interview.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an extreme introvert.
Yeah.
So my friends are like, come out. Like, damn. Like, all right, man.
Now, how old are you at this point?
22. This was like a year ago.
Okay.
So I go, you know what? Fine. So I end up spending a couple days out there. We just got to get my mind off things. I go to the pool. I'm relaxing, chilling, having a few beers, you know, and just vibing.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was signed with this record label, and I had their merchandise on, and a bunch of people knew who the record label was. So they said, because it's a local record label, but they have a huge following.
Got it.
So they go, okay, like, yo, come over here real quick. Like, I see you have this jacket on. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? So they go, spit something real quick. And I had been working on this song, but it was a major flop the first time I recorded it, because I recorded it on a different beat, but I feel like my engineer was starting to, like, at the same time cut ties with me because I was such a perfectionist. So that was his way of doing it. He even gave me the whole like Waves Mercury bundle and stuff like that, so I could go home and make my own music. And I was like, I can start to see the sign that you're not really as dedicated as I am. So we fell off as far as that goes. But the freestyle thing, man, it was just like they told me to spit something for him. So I changed the beat and it matched the lyrics.
Oh, nice.
And so
That's
I'm
always
like,
good
okay,
when that happens.
perfect.
Yeah.
So it just fell right into place like a puzzle. And that's the one I think I'm gonna go record very, very soon.
Nice.
It's called Go Mode.
Go Mode.
Yeah.
And so this is, a part of me feels like we're talking about something different. I felt like it was something a couple years ago, like maybe, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing this. Was there?
Okay, so anything that happened if it happened a couple years ago, the
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
nah, because I interned for you guys.
Yeah.
And I would sweep floors and wash dishes and set up whole sessions and mic up drum kits and stuff like that. I sat in on a couple sessions with Fat Rat while I was interning, stuff like that. And then I saw you won Best of Columbia that one year. So I was
I don't even know I won. I was voted. Did I win?
No, you won.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Oh no, Fat Rat won.
I think Fat won, but I was like runner up, and it felt like it felt like it was close. That was probably the same year I got like the album did like it was top, like one of the top ones or whatever in South Carolina or something like that. It was that all in that same period. Okay.
So I remember seeing like dang, like these guys I'm interning and sweeping floors for like winning, and I'm like sitting back like. I'm gonna do something.
Yeah. You should.
I sparked the drive in me, so I'm like, nah, like I have to do something. So not that you know you guys were a major. It wasn't like you guys were my rivals or anything. Like I'm in competition with myself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you guys did put a drive behind me, and I'm very thankful for that, man. You know, like
Of course.
super thankful that you guys were able to instill this like light inside of me to want to push forward and become my own person. And now I'm back to back best local hip hop artist.
Nice.
So like that's great, man.
Yeah, that's dope,
But
man.
I think it's time for me to move on to bigger things. You know, like in local competition, it's time for just best hip hop artists.
Hey.
No more local.
So okay, now this brings up a point. There was, I don't really know, 'cause I don't get on Facebook that much, but I did see something that there was some sort of drama around the Freetimes thing. Was there about you? You were upset about something.
Oh, on my Facebook?
Yeah, I thought I saw that. Am I wrong?
Yeah, man. Like,
Can you talk about it?
The thing with me
Make
is
sure we're good on time. Yeah, we're good.
sometimes I let my emotions get the best of me and won't always rationally be able to process it.
Yeah.
And I don't have, like, I have a pen and paper, but instead of doing it, it's an impulse. So I'm like, instead of writing it out and logically processing what I can do to make the next steps, I just start typing, and it's so much easier to just get your opinion out there like that.
True.
Me, man, that's why I stay away from social media, because people do the same thing I do, and I like to think of myself as a very conscious and awakened human being.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I do stuff like that and I fall victim to ego, I can't imagine.
Ego can be detrimental and beautiful.
Absolutely.
But it can be both.
Right. It's all about marketing, though.
Yeah.
So people like us, we have to keep these, like Facebook is a monster.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Like Instagram and Snapchat can even be used to promote it, but not on a such larger scale. But still, it can reach the people who are really close to you and want to see more of your content.
True. That's very true. I just think it's interesting about the Freetimes part, that, so like, this is just, it's a kill to a lot of artists. What I'm about to say is it's all bullshit. Like, it is all such major bullshit, and it's all about relationships. It's what it's all about. It's politics and relationship.
He knows her. Stuff like that.
That's what really, it's all it is. And I mean, the more, and it makes sense because of, if you think, I feel like there's tons of artists or younger artists or even just artists who aren't in the business world who you see that, like, because I was like that and you were like that, we want to be that, because you do get some exposure like from it, you really do.
Right.
But there's just like so many, if you think about a business model of what like the Freetimes is, and then you start to visualize there's actual people in their office and they actually know people, and I'm not accusing them of anything ever, but I'm just saying,
I might have mistaken you earlier about which post it was in. Maybe it wasn't about that, because Freetimes said a derogatory comment.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's why I was kind of confused. I was
you
like,
should have just brought it up, man.
I can't remember what it was.
They called me a Lothario, and then they called me an auto-tune drenched Lothario who knows how to capture his audience.
What is a Lothario?
A Lothario is a man who sexually misuses his relationships.
Why do they call you that?
He's sexually irresponsible with his relationships with women. Why do they call you? I don't know. So I call up there, and I go, I'm not heated, I'm not livid. I know who Freetimes are, and if I try to get a lawyer and go, it's like you said, everybody knows everybody. It's conflict of interest, and I'm not trying to go to court or settle out of court for anything. I'm like, look, do these things, and we're cool. Just correct your mistake, and it's fine. Not trying to spark any extra conflict or controversy. I stray from conflict whenever I can. So that's what that was, man. And it was like a cheap shot at first, but I feel like the editor felt something personally toward me. I don't know why or how, or I don't know.
That's the thing, though. It's like perspective of all that, because it's also, I mean, I don't know. I know the editors personally, and so like, I think they're nice guys. I like them all.
Right.
But it's just funny of what, like, we could be an artist and someone could say something because we're emotional and I have an ego, and you say some shit that's negative, I'm not gonna like that, and they know that. But the dude might have just like rolled over and like sipped his beer and then got on his computer and was like, Lothario.
But how does that get past so many people?
Yeah,
like your publisher and your editor?
Yeah. I don't know. But that's another thing. It's like it's just really interesting, man. Like you think it's such this big, serious, crazy thing when you're a younger artist, and it's like it seems like so far-fetched or whatever. But when you actually like see these people and meet these people, and you're in the business world, and it's just bullshit. Right. We gotta pause 1 second.
Right. All right.
Yeah. So pretty much what I'm saying is that it's just politics, man. And I've had so many things to say about all of it over the years, and it's not even like I'm not angry about anything or any of the things, but like for example, just winning an artist or winning a business award like that, it's just all about. If you get 50 friends to vote for you, you'll win. Probably. And so it's just about trying. And that's what people don't understand. If you really try.
But see, that's where it comes into moving on for me. Because building such a massive fan base and then competing in something that local and why would I continue to do that? I know
you don't want to be best local.
No,
you want to be the best one.
I know I would win every single year. My fans would be die hard and they'd vote, and it's about who you know and how many people you know, and that competition is solely based off of how many people nominate you and vote for you.
Yeah.
So if you have, I have a bigger following, like some of the artists in South Carolina than some of them, you know? So it's like, okay, well, that's basically how everything works, man. I can go say, post on my Instagram story, hey, go vote for me, Snapchat, go vote for me, post links and be really strategic about if it meant that much, but that's beyond my scope now. I'm not doing that, man.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about, make sure this is it's just I kind of wanted to stop doing that too, and I did, and it's not even an ego thing. It's just like it's a lot for a little.
Right.
It's a whole lot for a little, and you want people to fuck with you because they fuck with you, and not because you're like messaging them constantly.
Right. To me, there's way bigger things to worry about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like you're saying, it's like these are local contests, but they're big companies at the same time. From our perspective as South Carolina residents. Picture how big like monopolizing groups are.
Yeah.
They control everything. They can put money behind anything they want and literally infiltrate the minds of the masses into thinking it's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's the marketing thing you talk about. I mean, you're right, putting money behind anything.
But is it really righteous is the question. To me, it's not.
I mean,
I don't
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like,
it's fast food. It's bad for your heart.
Yeah, when was the last time you had McDonald's?
Make it look nice.
When was the last time you had McDonald's? Honestly.
I don't know, man. I haven't had McDonald's in a hot minute.
Okay. It's probably been, I think I had some 2 weeks ago, to be honest. But when I gave my money to that corporation, imagine all of the bad things that they've done.
Yeah.
There's just no telling. You ever watch a House of Cards? So it's a good example, but pretty much it just shows how potentially corrupted like politics are, particularly. But
it's not even potentially; it's a fact.
Yeah, I was trying to be not to give them the credit or whatever, but no, like even the food. There's lots of food documentaries about people wanting to learn more about where our food comes from, but then they get threatened and they're like, don't inquire anymore about this or you could get killed, pretty much.
See,
it's crazy.
You can, and that's where I feel like I don't want to draw too much attention to myself. I know what's going on, and I know the plots that are being made against people like me, you, independent artists, LLCs, people who are working hard to try to build their brands, and you have COVID-19 and you have all this other stuff going on that we really don't know that much about.
Yeah.
It's to me, it looks like a big ploy to destroy the middle class and the working population, and technology is becoming more advanced.
Are you conspiracy dude?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not even a conspiracy to me, man. To me, I see it as factual.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very open-minded to a lot of things, and I will stay open-minded until my mind refuses. Like the only way I would stay closed-minded is if the person that's giving me the information is also not listening to my information.
Yeah,
then
I know
I know better. I know to stop the conversation.
Exactly. Or if they're too aggressive. I hate when people are really, it makes me completely not believe what they're saying. If they're just really aggressive or overly passionate. I hate to say that, but if you're overly passionate, it makes me feel like you're not thoroughly thinking something through.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Right.
It's interesting, man. The world is a crazy place, and being an artist in it, it's, I expect a lot of good art to come out of this period that we've been in, but at the same time, I know I was talking to a buddy of mine earlier, and he was talking about how it just is hard sometimes. Like in this period that we're in, it's just hard to motivate yourself to do things sometimes.
Exactly.
Like you feel like you're gonna have all this time, but then
time is short for everybody. So
true.
But at the same time, man, some days I just lay in bed. I don't want to get up some days. I'm just hard. Like, today is not my day, and I'm just gonna sleep. Depression is like deep rest. Depressed. It's you just need time to let yourself and your body catch up to the damage your mind has been doing to it.
I don't know, or I posted that the other day, the deep rest thing, and that's awesome that you just said it, because I want to say that
I didn't even
again.
see that post. It's like synchronicity.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
It's like great minds think alike.
Yeah, I think one of the people who said it was Jim Carrey, maybe. I'm sure lots of people have said it.
I think that's exactly who said it.
Yeah, I think it was.
Have you seen that speech? I saw it on YouTube.
I was listening to a podcast, and they said it. But so I'm saying it for whoever's listening to this, if you're depressed, what Jim Carrey was saying is that you are in need of deep rest because you're being this person that you're portraying to everyone all the time, and you need to rest and like recharge and be yourself. Right. Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah. For sure. And we were talking earlier about needing to recharge. Right. And you're saying you're kind of introverted. How is that? So like, it's very interesting for me because like I'm drained constantly and I'm an introvert. I consider myself an extroverted introvert. Right. Like I can do stuff like this. I'm not shy. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can perform on stage. I can do all those things, but I don't want to hang out after the show. Like I just want to go home. Like, absolutely. I need to go recharge. Like after this, I got a bunch of stuff lined up today, but I'm gonna be so tired after this, and I want to take the whole weekend off and recharge. Like, are you similar in that way?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Just like that. I don't like to me, man. Here's how I think of things. I work my ass off in the studio, and to write and to get my message across. Yeah. I performed several times, like the White Mule and 5 Points, like burned it up. Yeah. Nice. But there's just a bunch of drunk college kids and middle-aged people that are trying to escape problems that I don't even know about, and a lot of unwanted energy. And also, I'm an empath. I feel people's emotions and energy. Well. So I'm like, I need to go home and recharge. I need a dip right after this. I gotta find my resolve.
Yeah. I find it interesting though, like as an artist, it's like it's taken me a long time to accept that about myself, because I want to be, or you think about the lifestyle of an artist, that sounds exhausting to me. Absolutely. Like it sounds, touring, I love what I do. Yeah, but touring,
the money comes, all your money, if you're a mainstream artist, comes from touring and merchandise.
Yeah, exactly. I got some of my own merch on right now, every day. Yeah. Based off the single. Absolutely. But yeah, you do have to do that. You have to.
Oh, they're necessary for everybody.
Yeah, but it just sounds exhausting. I was also talking to the same friend earlier, and I was like, I would like to do like a 10-day tour a year. I would be golden with that, and hopefully I make enough money to survive.
Right.
But I mean, with streams, and then I do just extra stuff like the podcasting and stuff, because it also a circle. You know, it all comes back to help me in the end.
Absolutely.
It's
Just build your
important.
fan base in a specific area and open up as many markets as you can based off of the fan base that you build.
Yeah.
Then you become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Exactly what they don't want you to become.
Yeah.
Self-reliant.
That's what I've become, and I've studied to become that. And but it's not easy, because you have to.
You'll fail. You will fail more times than you will succeed.
100%. Yeah. And that's I've
but
definitely
there's
failed
no, you know, there's succeeding, and then there's learning.
Mm-hmm.
No failure.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yep, I've learned a lot. Learned a lot. I constantly learn. So are you doing music full time right now? Are you doing like
right
other
now?
things too?
Yeah. But I'm looking. You know, I'm a creative. So
Yeah.
my love and my passions are like, I love my dog to death.
Yeah.
And I love music.
What kind of dog you got?
I have a miniature pinscher, man. She's adorable.
Oh my god, like a black short-haired.
Yeah, but recently she
wow.
bit a cop, bro.
She
we
bit
had
a
to go
cop?
to court for it and everything. Speaking of dogs.
Yeah. Oh dude. So she's like this big.
She's like tiny.
And she bit a cop.
Yeah, but they're on like a bite list or something like that. So I don't know, man.
Damn.
Besides that, I love her to death. She's super loyal. Was
she expensive?
Yeah.
How much was she?
No, they're not really expensive.
Oh, they're
dogs.
not?
They're just loyal.
Okay.
But to me, she would just they're AKC registered now. Like they're legit dogs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I don't see any wrong. She was just protecting what she loved. But apart from that, my loves are my dog and music, and that's what I'm focused on. Is just having. When I'm recharging and I want to be by myself, I'm introverted. I'm writing and I'm spending time with the things and the people and things that I care about.
Yeah.
When I'm not doing that, I'm a creative and I focus on photography or cinematography. Opening as many markets as I can to create generational wealth instead of just in my lifetime, because all that's going to be left when I die are memories of me. You know, they say nothing lasts forever, and I think they're wrong. You know, that like they say when you die, you're going to be forgotten eventually. Yeah. It may be correct, but you can be a part of somebody's forever.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I look at it is every person that I affect positively carries a piece of me with them. That's how it helps me sleep at night.
Right, man.
When I think about it like that, because I mean, the idea, are you religious?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like, as off as that sounds, and like people would be like, "Oh my gosh, he's probably religious if he thinks about that."
Yeah.
I see everything as like organized, and you know, me, I'm just present. That's all. I'm just now.
Yeah.
The past is gone. The present is now. You know, the future, I don't know what it holds. So everything is technically infinite now. I don't concern myself with religion or politics, because a lot of it really gets underneath people's skin, and and a lot of people are closed-minded to it because, you know, they don't want to open their minds up to new things. Me, I was raised in Christian schools and everything like that. The more I start to expand my mind and open up to new possibilities, then I practice Christianity, Buddhism. You know, I've
everything.
I can take things from each religion that I believe in, and then incorporate that into my own life and bring quality to it.
Yeah. I think that's really important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a long process for me to kind of break down all those different things. I was really Christian for a while, and then I just started to see things I didn't like. It's like one thing at a time, or Christian people that I didn't like, or that I didn't like the way they were acting. Right. And then it just kind of sparked a whole train reaction of thoughts. And I was just like, wow.
See, that's what happens to me, man. Yeah. You go off on this like internal rant.
Yeah.
And you're just going through a million thoughts at one time.
Yeah, exactly. And I had to break, but it took me like years really to kind of break out of what I thought was what.
But the thing that gets me is all of them have the same goal.
Yeah, our goal.
Like positivity is and love is the root of all of them.
Yep.
Yet we're separated. Why?
Yeah.
they want us to be, whoever they is.
Yeah. The details have to be different. I don't know. Just wondering. It's wild to me. But I respect if someone believes something. I respect what they believe. As long as they don't judge me for feeling how I feel, then it's whatever.
See,
Just
whatever makes you happy, I will fully support whatever human being.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Okay, let's scenario here. What if you're married?
Mm-hmm.
Your wife is like, I want them to go to a Christian school their whole childhood.
So what?
To a Christian school, sorry.
Oh, their whole lives.
Like 1 to 18. What are you going to do? Are you going to put your foot down? Or are you going to be like, all right,
I
fine.
always speak my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put my 2 cents in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But at that point, a child knows nothing more than what the parents know at that point.
That's why it's powerful.
But then that's a really deep conversation. Me being 23 and I don't have like a girlfriend or I don't have like a significant other. I think that if I did, I'd be able to put it into a little bit more perspective. But as of now, that idea is completely foreign.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. This guy had to bring it full circle. So, have you ever had a girlfriend for like a long period of time or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your longest relationship?
But so when I've had girlfriends for long periods of time, it just brings me and sets me into a deeper state of heartache, which can be beneficial, believe it or not. Because I can capitalize on those feelings, and then there's feelings like when I'm alone that I can capitalize on if I'm feeling internal sadness or loneliness, or if I'm comfortable being by myself. It's still something I can write about. It's like a diary, that you can just constantly 100%. Reflect on and then pick words like lonely, homely, stuff like that, and just go off and write like 20 rhyming words and just fill the lines and all
with those emotions. I mean, women, they got a hold on me. They do. Sure. They make me write so much. And I think just being if you're an empath, and I'm an empath, an emotional person in general, you're just gonna feel. You're gonna feel a lot of things. Yeah. So I totally get that.
We have big hearts, man. You know what I mean? It's just it can be an extreme advantage and disadvantage.
Yes,
yin and yang.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
But when you find the right girl and she has those feelings with you, that's when it becomes like a powerful thing. But then you hurt a lot when it's done. Right. It's the way it is.
You got somebody special?
Yes, I do, but I'm probably gonna cut that out. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it yet. No, I think I am. So you don't really know my whole situation, but like really quickly, I dated a girl for like 2.5 years, and then we were working together, had a business together. Then we broke up. I went to LA at the beginning of the year. Right. I moved there with her, and then I left her in like 2 months later, pretty much. And so I had to we both moved all the way back, but we had a business together that was making pretty good money. And a couple months after I broke up with her, she decided to steal all of our clients and open up another business herself. And so she really fucked me over, I'm not gonna lie. And at first I was being really polite about it on my podcast.
No. Look at this. If she'll do that in a business, she'll do that to your heart, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And she had already done that to my heart. Yeah. But anyways, so fast forward 6 months, I did meet a wonderful woman, and we are actually dating, or like official, as of a couple weeks ago. But I still don't know if I want to tell people that yet, so I'll decide. I don't want people to judge me.
Might want to edit that out.
Yeah, I might want to edit that out. Because it's been 6 months, but my last relationship was really public, and so we made content together. We had a podcast together. We did business together. Right. So I don't know. I just don't want people to bring that energy into my next relationship, because I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
And
that's why now I'm even like, it might sound weird, but like, man, don't post me on your Snapchat story and like or this and that. Like, I'm trying to brand myself, and anything that you put on there could potentially like try to.
That's true.
I work hard at this, so I'm trying not to have anything stand in the way of it if I can allow it.
Some people don't understand the seriousness. Like, I can sense your fire. I can really sense that. And I've had that. And I'm not saying I don't have it now. It's just different now.
You're more mature than I am, bro.
I'm
Believe
older
it or
than you.
not.
Yeah, I'm older than you.
Yeah.
I'm 4 years older than you, which 4 years, when I was your age, there was a lot, things were a lot different, which is about the time I think you were talking about where you were at the jam room,
Right.
which there was, I mean, I just was around totally different people. It was all music all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that, I mean, it's not like that anymore, but it's because I just wanted to expand what I was interested in. And I want all these things to work together so I can build a full life of this shit where I don't have to only do music. When I get uninspired, I can make videos. When I get uninspired from that, I can travel the world. Real estate.
Do what makes you happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I want all the things, but I do sense the fire in you. So you hold on to that fire as long as possible because it's valuable. And so now right now I'm just trying to be my best self. So that's
my goal.
Yeah,
too.
I have the power, like I have the fire to be my best self. And if I lose the fire one day, I just try to light it the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's the goal, honestly.
You ever heard about manifestation and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like I work on that all the time.
Yep. You got to.
Like think about a lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a thought. And then an action. And then there's light.
Yeah. Boom. Thought,
and then
action,
it gets blown out and you do the same thing again.
Yep.
You know, so it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It stops when you die. But that's the demise that we all have to meet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's if you live life trying to escape death, then you're just surviving.
Mm-hmm.
Once you can fully embrace death, that's when you're living.
It's real. Yeah, that really is true. I don't know if I'm there yet. I think that's my biggest fear.
Me too.
Is dying.
But I know that that's like I know that that's the truth, but it's a truth that I'm really having a hard time grasping. Like
do you think it's because we're young or what?
Like your last moments, you know, like what are you gonna think? Like, did I live right?
Mm-hmm.
Did I
wouldn't. I think I would think I would live right. I think I would feel okay about everything that I've done.
Right.
But I think having those moments, I don't want to have it. Like, I'm hoping that I live long enough to like be able to do something cool, like with your body, or like I don't know, you move your consciousness to a robot, or something crazy.
At the end of the day, you know, we are all that like, if you have kids or do anything along those lines, we all become men, and we all stand up for what we love eventually.
True.
At one point or another, you can't escape that you're probably going to be the middle class dad.
Yeah.
And with all these hopes and ambitions that we have, then that will eventually fade away. You know, the music industry glorifies young, beautiful, talented people.
Well, see, wait, I want to pause you there because that's what I was saying earlier is they do what you're saying, but your dream doesn't have to fade away. That's what makes me so sad is that is when people I see like you have this fire and they are, 20 to 23, 24, but then I've seen it so many times. And then all of a sudden they're working somewhere random. But like what I'm trying to show people is that I literally run a business and I talk to clients every day. I have a podcast, I have videos, and I'm making music consistently. And it's doing decent. And that's, if you just keep that going, then one day you don't ever have to be like the middle class dad technically, or I mean, maybe you are middle class, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is the way to go, man.
Yeah.
Open markets and social media and adapt to the way that technology is changing. Despite all this crap that's going on around us, you have to capitalize.
Yeah, that's so true, man. Last thing I want to talk about, because we're about to run out of time, is you had a video come out last year.
Yes, it's called Worthless. Go check that out.
Yeah, how was that experience? It looked like it was shot really well.
Yeah. So what happened is, I don't really fly that much. I mean, I can, but I got cold feet this time around.
Okay.
So I was like, no, not really looking toward flying that much.
Just like a movie where all the planes
I took a
crash.
Greyhound all the way to Kansas, man.
Wow.
So I passed through Atlanta. I passed through Tennessee and St. Louis and then, Kansas. But I love Kansas. Kansas is an unmatched vibe, positive people. It's a great place.
I think I've been through Kansas, but I don't know if I've stayed there. So did you know the dude who filmed it? Or is he from there?
There's no place like home.
Yeah. Oh, that's where you're from.
No.
Okay,
like the Wizard of Oz reference.
Yes. I got it. You're ahead of me there. My bad.
No, you good.
But so the videographer was out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I saw his work and I was like, I have to work with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with me in that video was, you know, I wanted to capture how I felt, and he did it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have me. I could have preconceived and plotted it a little better.
Yeah.
But him being the director and showing us what to do, and throw the pillow at him between this and this seconds, and another thing that was weird to me is he had, you know how everything's bounced to either a WAV or MP3 file.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave him the WAV. He bounced it to an MP3 and then sped it up to 150%. So I had to wrap it that amount.
Yeah. I've done it before. It's cool,
so
though, right?
he can do the
Like,
slow-mo
slow it down.
effects.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
I think that's cool, man. Yeah, it adds a whole lot to it.
But that song is already 165 beats per minute. It's like,
wow. Yeah, so you had to go really fast. I don't know if I can keep up.
I felt like Eminem.
Dude.
Like,
that's cool though, man.
It was pretty. It was vibing. It was cool.
Yeah,
but,
it was it was a good song and it was really good.
It was a good experience. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, no problem at all, bro. So, and what's like next for you?
What's next for me, man, is I'm going to Atlanta. There's this really fire engineer out in Atlanta. His name is EJ.
Okay.
Awesome engineer. I've heard his work, and I've listened to it over and over. And the vocals are what captivates me about him. So I think I'm gonna look to him as a recording engineer. If it's too lofty of a goal, that's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep dreaming.
No, dude.
No, not him. But like, I feel like that's an attainable goal.
Yeah, definitely.
But then Lou Diaz is probably a loftier goal, and then, like, I want to have him mix my album.
Dope.
So
manifest it.
For sure. I gotta speak it into existence every day, you know. But I love his mixes. Everything seems to be really, really balanced out. But I want to be present during the mixes so I can, you know, critique certain things like that. But then have great visuals. Rob Driscoll is a great candidate for that. He's out in California. And Mikey Rare is also a big guy out in California. So the things that are coming for me next is I don't see anything for me here, but going out and exploring different areas of the United States. I mean, I've never left home. You know, really. So going out to these different areas and going for that Atlanta sound, and then having the Cali vibe as far as the, like, I'm just bouncing around and trying to create me, who is Sky Martin.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you two either. Like, for me, 23 to 27, where I am now, and I'm still learning, but I learn more about myself than ever. So, I mean, I know, like, the best is yet to come. And I really like Cali. I'm not gonna lie. Cali is pretty dope. When I went out there, I went out there once, and I lived there for 3 months, and it's pretty dope, dude.
You been there?
Yeah, I lived there for 3 months. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was really. It
dope. Sounds really fun. Was it expensive to live out there?
Yes, it was very expensive.
Like, yeah. To be brutally honest,
stayed in like 2 different Airbnbs. So they weren't apartments, but one of them was like $1,600 a month, and one of them was $2,500 a month. Yeah, it was expensive. Shit. Yeah, but you can find cheaper stuff. But, keep exploring, man. Keep doing it. I like the passion, like the fires, or anything you want to tell the people before we peace out.
I'm good. You know,
sure?
I don't really have a closing message, man. I mean, I pretty much, said everything I had to say about myself. I mean, I hope people are picking up the vibes I'm putting out.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is, I have 13 new singles coming out and videos behind almost all of them. So definitely stay tuned, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. So, yeah.
Peace out. Boom. That's it.
Awesome, man.
Good job, man. That was a full 56.